Hey guys, coming with another video. Little tired, but it's all good. Um, I want to apologize. I know it was one video that y'all couldn't see my whole base, and somebody told me that I need to get that right. So I want to apologize because I looked back at it and I was like, oh man, it's like I was like playing like this. Y'all couldn't hardly see it, but I'm I'm sweating again. But you know how y'all know how I do. You know what I'm saying. But I want to make sure y'all see the whole bass and everything. And two, y'all, I got me a new bass. I got me a Marcus Miller M5, and that thing sound good. But yeah, it got all kind of stuff. I just got it today, y'all. Came today, and it got all kind of switches and knobs on it and stuff. But yeah, so I'm gonna use this probably to practice with for now, but teach on. Like I said now, so if y'all need some videos on the 4-string, let me know. But I got y'all too. But okay, y'all, the number system. The number system is, like I said, very important. I'm gonna play a couple songs here. I'm gonna play "Blessing the City" by Fred Hammond. It's instrumental, and I'm gonna break everything down. I probably ain't gonna play the whole song. I'm gonna play the main thing. Like say somebody playing in a offering time. Cause we just keep that certain groove going. Sometimes we might go to the whole song, but most of the time it's gonna be this right here. It's gonna be that. So I ain't gonna go through the whole song, but I'm gonna break that down, and I got probably some congregational songs I'm gonna break down too, cause some people want to learn some of that too. And like I said, most of the patterns gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all kind of ways you can play it. But like I said, I'm gonna break it down. For beginners, for probably root notes. But some boy they drive they playing that bass line. But I'm gonna probably do a couple bass lines. But the main thing, I'm gonna show you the root notes. Like I said, since it's the number system, I'm gonna call out them numbers where they hitting at. Then probably later on, in the future or whatever, I might start doing some bass lines, which I might just do an example right now. But when I play it, you know what I'm saying. So that way I can get the feel of it. But for right now, I'm just gonna do the root notes. Like for this Fred Hammond, I'm probably just gonna do the root notes for a little bit for that. So like I said, I apologize from the last video where I couldn't hardly see my bass and everything. So hopefully this time, I've set back a little farther. Like I said, I'm still trying to get used to recording and everything. And I think I appreciate everybody that's looking at my videos. I thank God for y'all. Like I say, I'm a type that I love to help people, and believe it or not, I'm praying for everybody that subscribe to me. You know what I'm saying? That God will help y'all, be a better bass player, in the house of God, and give y'all wisdom and knowledge, even down to, playing, because some people play different. I mean, what might seem kind of, I can show you how I do it, but it might be a way you might do it, might be better, like this right there. I mean, and two, I'm gonna say this. In my last video, I was saying about the anchor. You can put it right there. Now, if you go, like down, playing on another string, now you can put your thumb on the string, like for an anchor too. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having it way up here, and you're going like that, that thumb can move down too, like to that next string. Say if I'm gonna play the third string right there, which is the E A. E A D G, E A D. The G string, y'all, my bad, y'all, I'm a little tired. I had to play at a funeral today in Mount Airy in North Carolina, but it was a nice homegoing, so I'm a little tired, but I know I gotta get these videos done. But yeah, but you can rest your thumb, on another string too. Like you down there, if you want to go down there, hold it right there, come up right there. So it don't always got to be on that pickup right there, because of course when you go down. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to take that thumb, so it's closer, just another tip too. So, but anyway, y'all, I'm about to get started right quick. I'm gonna play "Blessing the City," Fred Hammond, and this is gonna be in, I believe, E flat, I believe. And I'm gonna show this little tip to y'all. Another thing that you can remember, I cut out the number system and I do the scale. Matter of fact, my bass tune, hopefully y'all's tuned. Okay. This say this line right here. You know, I always use this line. So another little hint, well, tip, if you're in G, you know what I'm saying, just remember that you, most of the time, not all, but most of the time, if you in that dot, you see that little dot, you're gonna be playing in the dots. You know, that's another little tip, you know. At 1, 3, see you in the dots. 5, 6, 1. So you will be playing in the dots most of the time, unless they're going up, you know, or going down, you know, like half step, you know, half steps. But most of the time, you know, if you're in key of G, it's gonna be the dots, you know what I'm saying? So as we go up, that's G sharp. So when you play in G sharp, you ain't playing in the dots, it's gonna be out of the dots. So that's the 1, 3, see how I ain't no dot? 5, 6, 1. So that's another little tip, y'all, you know, because I know I was breaking it down, but too, sometimes, you know, it could be, you know, like, okay, kind of still kind of like, okay, I got the pattern, but too, as long as you, whatever key you in, you say if you in G, it's like you're playing in them dots. You know, of course you might, you know, go out of it because you might go up how the song go, but, you know, this you'll be playing in the dots. If you're in G, if you're in G sharp, you won't be playing in the dots. Like I say, you know, but like 1, 3, 5, 6, 1. The reason why I say is because I think I ain't ever really had a video with me, you know, with me playing like in the sharps or flats. You know what I'm saying? It was always like in G and I think or A or C. So now we're gonna be playing, you know, where no dots is, you know, where no dots is. So that's a little tip. Like I said, I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but I mean, just to give y'all like a little, some more information, like, okay, how to remember things, you know, if you in that, you know, you staying in the dots, so if you ain't like it. So, okay, I'm about to play this right quick and break it down a little bit, and we gonna get busy. Sound pretty good too. Now, this bass player is doing a whole lot of stuff, but like I said, I'm just gonna call out the root notes. You know, I'm gonna play the root notes and I'm gonna break it down. Like I say, it's simple. Yeah, I mean, the pattern is simple, but the bass player, he going in. I think he's slapping and adding stuff. But like I say, I'm just gonna keep it simple for y'all. Here we go. Okay. E flat. Let me start right there. I'm gonna do the scale in E flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Now that dot right there, of course, the 7 is a half step down from the 1. So that's the only, you know, reason why that dot is in there. You know what I'm saying? But I know I was telling y'all, you know, about ain't no dot. But I'm just saying, of course, doing the scale is gonna be a dot, you know, in there. But anyway, I'm gonna do it again in E flat. If we in E flat on the 5 string, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 frets on the 5th string. So that's E flat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. You know, I got 2 ways. It's the second way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Now, when I go doing it that way, you see how them dots is in there? See that? That's a 3. It's on the, you know, it's on that dot. But like I say, different scales, you know what I'm saying? But if you're doing this scale, you know, cause like I say, a bass run, you know, like I said, most of the time, though, it ain't gonna be no dots. But just saying, like we doing like really like a bass line like that, you know, it ain't gonna be no dots. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if you in E flat or if you in like you in E, of course, you know it's gonna be dots. See you in the dots. So whatever you playing in, you know, whatever key, just make sure, you know, like you say, G sharp, you ain't gonna really be no dots, or G, the dots, you know. So, but that is the scale, you know. So, okay, we about to get busy. Whew, I got some work to do, y'all. Well, I got some videos I got to make. But y'all be patient. Like I say, y'all, I work, you know, 5 days a week, you know, so, and I'm kind of active, you know, church-wise, you know, family, wife, you know, she need time, because you know how that is. Happy wife, you know, happy life, or happy home, whatever you want to call it. I want to be happy, you know what I'm saying? So I thank God for y'all being patient, but I will get these videos out. So this is kind of like the number system, and like I said, I'm gonna do some more stuff, so explaining the number system, of course I gotta play songs, so that way, okay, let's get busy. Okay, 4, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 3, 6, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 5, back, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 3, 6, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 5. Now you hear that, how that bass doing? He's slapping. He everywhere though, but the root notes, 4, 3, 2. But he plucking, like ghost notes. Ooh, he about to let me see something. See what I'm saying? So what it is, well, you know where you're going, that's the more you can add stuff, when you get to that level. Like I said, since it's for beginners, it's gonna be something probably basic, that 4, 3, 2. Get that down pat with, know where you're going. Like I said, knowing the fretboard, 4, 3, 2. We in E flat. 4, 3, 2, 3, 6. That's that switch. Then back to the 4, 3, 2. But he he's slapping like that and everywhere. But so y'all know, don't worry about that right now. Like I say, if you ain't on that level, slapping whatever, like I say, this the root note. So the number system in that song is a 4, 3, 2. And like I say, another tip, whatever key you in, if you in G, it's gonna be that 4, 3, 2 in G. 4, 3, 2. So whatever key you in, it's gonna be that same progression with whatever key. If you in C, C sharp, D, E flat, E. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah. So wherever, we, what goes. Sometimes the song at the church might not be sung in that E flat. It could be sung in C. So if you in C, okay, well since I know the pattern, okay, it's a 4, 3, 2. That the couple thing going around to, and then go to that 3, 6. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically the whole song. Like, okay. But anyway, I'm gonna play a little bit more. So y'all get the feel of them. Rewind a little bit because this is gonna break down to the other part. But like I said, I ain't gonna go through that right now. It's just holding that groove. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you by yourself, it's good. But if you got a band, hey, that's good too. That way, the keyboard player holding them chords, the guitar player probably doing the rhythm or whatever. So the bass is holding that 4, 3, 2. This is a little backing track on YouTube. I just typed in "We Blessed" by Fred Hammond instrumental. I didn't want no words in it. That way I could hear, the music part and the bass part. But yeah, y'all. That part ain't number the 4, 3, 2 in the key of E flat. So 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2. In 3, 6. Now, if you want to go to the octave and play it, okay. Like I said, remember how to get to the octave. We in E flat. So go 2 strings down, 1, 2, and 2 strings up, 1, 2. So that's E flat right there. So if you want to play the high part, so in other words, instead of just playing that deep part, if you want to go high and make it a little more interesting, okay, let me go to the high part. You're just doing the same thing in that octave, 4, 3, 2, but you're just playing it in the higher octave. So, see that? 4, 3, 2. It sounds pretty good. High, 4, 3, 2, then 3, 3, then 6, then 4, 4, 3, 2. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going through the octave, and I'm yeah, baby.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm recording. Go ahead.
That's strong.
Huh?
That bass is strong.
Okay,
Okay.
I forget.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Just shaking the windows.
This bass I got. This is bass.
I know.
Oh, I got you though. I'll try to turn it down. My bass said it got the whole house wrong with this bass, and I ain't got it turned up, y'all. So I might got to turn it down a little bit. Like I said, happy wife, happy home. But like I was saying, come down a little bit. Make sure y'all heard it. But yeah, like I was saying about that octave, octave, y'all can play, in the high register. Like that right there. Y'all might gotta turn it down, so hopefully y'all might gotta turn y'all speakers up or something, go this bass. Like I said, I got a 410 cabinet, and to me it don't seem like it's loud, but out there I guess she said it's rumbling windows, and I ain't got this all the way up, and I ain't got that amp all the way up. But anyway, back to Blessing City. I'm sorry about that interruption, but but like I say, that 4-3-2, like I say, it's simple, So I ain't gonna stay on this that long. So 4-3-2, 4-3-2, 4-3-2, 3-6. That's the first go around. Then 4-3-2. That's one time. 4-3-2. That's twice. 4-3-2. Then that 5. Hold that 5, and then just go back into it. So that's all it is, y'all. I'm gonna play it again right fast so y'all can listen to it. Okay, so that's all it is, y'all, for Blessing the City. It's a 4-3-2 pattern. Then with the switch, the first switch is gonna be that 3, then that 6. That's one time. Twice. Now this part right here, 3, then 6, then back to the 4. 4-3-2. 4-3-2. 4-3-2. Then 5, hold the 5. Then back to the 1. Back to the 4. Back to the 4. But that's something though, y'all, how songs, the root is E flat. But not most, but some songs y'all might not even go to the 1. It can start a song can start in the 6. It can start in the 5. It can start in a 2. It can start in the 3. You know what I'm saying? It depends what song it is. When I first started playing, they'd be like, all right, D, we in C. So I'm in C. But the song might start in that 6, then go to the 2, and then the 5. But since they said C, so I'm thinking it's gonna always start in C. So I'm like, oh yeah, whatever the song was. But they're like, nah, go to the 6. I'm like, okay. So that's another tip, y'all. All songs ain't gonna start on that root note. It ain't gonna start on or the home. I'm gonna say the home note, which is E flat. Like I say, Blessing City, it starts on the 4-3-2, and throughout the whole song, I think it's like that. I don't think they never go to the 1. I don't think. It could be at the end, or they're about to end it. Then they might go to the 1. And they hold it. But other than that, most songs y'all don't, might not be played, in that root and on that 1. So that's another thing to look for too. Like I say, we all be, I'm still beginning because it's some other songs just. They be going in on it. So I'm still learning myself some, to progresses. Cause some of the songs, y'all, it be going in the flats and sharps. Like it might be in a 4 and a 4 sharp, or 5 flat and 5 and 5.5 of them. Yeah, so some of the songs they switch. So yeah, so I'm just gonna stay in this basic, for y'all like the Cortex style, like that. But I'm about to play another song right quick. So yeah, I'm going as fast. I hope I'm not, but that's kind of easy though, this song right here. So like I said, practice that 4-3-2. Like I said, you might gotta rewind or take a little air and go back. But where the switch come in at. But that's a good offering time song, or like we say, or that's a good open song to start in the church. Be blessed. Most of the time they just sing that, but they don't go out to the other part. But most of them is be blessed. And that's it. So anyway, I'm about to go and play something else right fast. Let me see. Let me go to my playlist. And it's a little short. It's a short. This dude playing singing God is a good God.
God is a good God. Say.
There you go.
God is a good God. Say. Somebody.
And again, y'all, like I said before, these musicians in these mega churches, they got a full band, so they doing other stuff. But I'm just gonna give you the root notes to the song. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna apply to most congregational songs. God is a good God. Victory is mine. Victory is mine. Victory today. Sounds like that. I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. All them songs like that is gonna be about the same pattern. So that way, I'm gonna demonstrate something, but this for the time's sake. I'm just gonna do this right here and everything. Like I say, y'all, whew. But it's been a long day. I've been going since 7 o'clock this morning. I ain't get home about 4. But I said I gotta do something because, yeah, I said I'm getting like y'all, yeah. I thank God for y'all. Y'all want to learn. So I said, hey, I gotta put my tiredness to the side and do this. So anyway, I'm gonna play this right quick. I'm gonna find what key they in first, and then I'm gonna go with the numbers.
He's a good God. Say.
Let me start it over.
Is there anybody?
Alright.
God is a good God. Say.
Hey, I found that fast.
Somebody knows he's a good God. Say.
Okay.
Is there anybody that knows he's a good God? Say.
Okay, so we in C sharp. Okay, that's good too, y'all. That's C sharp. That's another key, right after dots. You know what I'm saying? So C sharp. That's the octave. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, octave, 2 strings down, 2 strings up. And then if you want to go the opposite way, from the bottom, 2 strings up, 1, and 2 strings down. If you right there on that octave, on that right there, just go up 1, 2, and then go down 2, 1, 2. Excuse me, y'all. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna call out the root notes. It's I think like a 1, 4, 5. I think that's all it is. But like I said, it's how they playing it. They probably they're holding that 1, then they probably gonna, But yeah. And like I said, this is short, so it's about 50 some seconds, But anyway, let me go ahead and get it started.
God is a good God. Say.
See, they hold that 1, then a 4,
Somebody knows he's a good God.
5.
Say. Is there anybody that knows he's a good God? Say. Oh, God is a good God. Yeah.
5, 1.
And listen, God is a holy God. My God
That
is
bass
a
in there.
holy God. Yeah. Oh, God is a holy God.
He running.
Oh, God is a holy God. Just clap him like you know.
But we will get to that, y'all, to that level. Like I say, I know what he's doing, but like I say, this for beginners. So I'm gonna show y'all the root notes. And really all he doing, they run it, he run that bass line. I'm gonna give this something right there like this. That's really what he doing. He instead of bobbing on that 1, that's what I'm gonna show. That's what I'm gonna show y'all. 4, 5, 1. So that's all that was really. But he's running it like that. But like I say, and most congregational songs, y'all, and like I said, whatever key you in, it's gonna be that same pattern. If you in D, if you in E, if you in C sharp, like we is now, it's gonna be that pattern. 1. Play it again right fast.
God is a good God.
See now on that he holding it right here. Then
Somebody knows he's a good God.
he walked it that, walked it up. I ain't gonna say down. He walked it up like So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. That's what he did. You know what I'm saying? He was bobbing first with it. So that's all he doing right there. He started from the 1 and worked his way up to the 4. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. He hold that 3 for a little bit. Then 4. Now you ain't got to hold the 3, but like I said, that's root notes for today. All right, let's get it done. Let's get it done.
Is there anybody that knows he's a good God? Say, oh, God is a good God, yeah. And listen, God is a holy God. My God is a holy God, yeah.
5, 1.
Oh, God is a holy God. Oh,
4,
God is a holy God.
5, 1.
Just clap him like you know.
So y'all, that's all he was doing. That's the root notes of that song. Like God is a good God. Like I said, there's plenty of songs that's gonna play like got that same pattern. Like I say, I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. God is a good God. Victory is mine. It's a little different though. But it's about the same pattern. But I probably do that song one day about victory is mine, cause it got a few little changes in it. But mainly songs like that right there, y'all. It's gonna be that same pattern. God is a good. Like I'm a soldier in the army of the Lord. I'm a soldier in the army. See, it's gonna be the same thing in that songs like that. So I know it was somebody was asking me to do something on some congregational songs. So I said, well, I can do that with the number system. So that right there though, what I just showed y'all, like I said, can be applied to a bunch of songs. So we're gonna go over this right quick. God is a good guy. So what I was doing, I was just bobbing on that 1. Then 4, then 5, 1. And like I said, it's all kind of bass runs you can do in there. You can then go to the 4. Now that's that run, that chromatic from the octaves. You just going 3, 4, 4.5, 5, 6, 6.5, 7, 1. That's that run. If you want to do that in there, if you don't want to bob like that, or you can just be like, then 4. You know what I'm saying? Then 5, 5, 1. So them right there, y'all, some some pretty good bass lines. Like I said, it's starting out though. That's the pattern of it. That's a 1, 4, 5. You know what I'm saying? 1. But like I say, the way some of these play, these bands, they might be going to the 6, and they might be going to the 2, then 5, 1. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just giving y'all the root notes, because like I said, some of y'all might not got nobody playing with y'all, so and it might just be y'all playing. But the root notes, as I say, in my one video I got, that's the first video I made was stay at the root notes. So you stay in the root notes, until you get used to the feel of the switches. That way you can add other stuff. Okay, well, if you don't want to do this, you can do this, the run, or like I said, you're gonna take a quartet, you can do this. Like I said, I did 2, 5, 1. But see how different ways that you can play that on this bass. But like I said, for this video, I'm just gonna keep the root notes. But them ways you can do it, and I'm gonna break that down right quick too for you. Which videos I got that bass line in there. But I'm gonna show you what I did. So, 1, 3, 5, 6, 1, 6, 5, 6, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, 5 flat, 4. Now when I get to the 4, I do that same bass run. So that's all I did. Of course, the song, the switches in there. But that's all I did right there. So I'm just saying, things that you can do, for songs like that. You know what I'm saying? Or, like I said, that 1. If you want to do that 1, 6, 5, 6, 1, you see that's a run. And then if you want to go to the 4, 6. So that'll be a 4, 2, 1, 2, 4, 1. 4, 2, 1, 2, 4. So see, the bass line that you can put, instead of just holding it like that, you know, and then go to the 4, you can, you know, you can do a bass line with it. See that? So 4, 2, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 2. My bad, y'all. Little tired, y'all. 4, 2, 1, 2. But I'm just saying, there's them some different ideas that you can do, you know, with them songs like that. But yeah, like I said, y'all, the number system, I love it because, like I said, you know, if I don't know a song and somebody, you know, I'm playing with, keyboard player, whatever, you know, they can be like, yeah, you know, they caught them numbers, so I know where to go, you know, because, you know, we know our scales, you know, okay, you know, we know where the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, 2 ways I showed you. So that way, if a song, you know, if we caught out 1 in C sharp, okay, go to the 1. It could be a slow song, go to the 6. Go to the 2, go to the 5, then go to the 1. See, we already know what, you know, what the numbers is. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good tip. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna be making some more videos. Like I said, this been a busy week for me. I took out work Monday, so hopefully probably Monday I can get some of these other videos in. And I'm gonna do some more with the number system. Most of my videos is probably gonna be like with the number system. I know, you know, ones want some more of the number system. And honestly, you know, most of my videos gonna be playing numbers. So that's the good part about that. You know, and breaking down different songs. You know, cause like I say, these people probably been playing for years. You know, some of them went to school. Some of them, you know, some of them know, you know, that theory and stuff. You know, and of course, if you're playing with a band, you know, they got patterns they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm gonna do this pattern right here, and you might have even heard it before. Okay, I'm gonna do this in let me see, I'm gonna do it in G. I'm gonna do it in G. That's G right there. They might do let me see. They might do a 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 3, 6 pattern. I don't know if I did it in one of my videos or not. But I'm gonna do, you know, but yet still I'm just gonna break it down to you. And what it is, it's a switch to get to the 6. Say like if okay, song could be like one, like okay. Then 4, and then see, okay, so all I did, I went to the 1. That's the octave, so that's a 5, 1. So 1, 5, 1, 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 3, 6. That right there is popular in gospel music. You know, it could be in quartet, but most of this in contemporary, you know, gospel, you know. But hey, it is what it is, because you know we can do it in the quartet or whatever too. But that's a good pattern you can go by too. You know, like to get, in other words, that's a switch to get to the 6. You know what I'm saying? Something that you can do, and that's common. You know, that 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 3, or you could be at the 1, like 1, 7, 3, then 6. You know, wherever you want to do it. You know, honestly though, you know where that switch can be put in it. Like, okay, I'm gonna say this. Probably anywhere where you go into the 6th set, you can use that right there to get to the 6. So if a song got a 6, if you okay, you about to go to the 6, you know, but you gotta have the timing of it. So you know, knowing what to do with it, so that way, you know, you'll hit that 6 where that 6 go at. You know, like I'll play, you know, 1, 5 from in G, 5, 1, 5, 4. I'm about to go to 6, but I'm gonna do that little turnaround. 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 3, 6. Then 2, 5, into 1. Boy, this bass sound good. But yeah, y'all, I just got a new bass. I love it. Like I said, it's a Marcus Miller M5 5 string. But yeah, yeah, y'all, like I said, forgive me for my tiredness. I hope I didn't rush through it. You know, I was going kind of fast, you know, because it's other things I got to do after this, you know. But I hope y'all got something out of it. And like I said, it's going to be some more videos of some things. And two, if y'all got Pacific songs, let me know. I know somebody text me, and they do got a Pacific song. Matter of fact, 2 of them I'm going to do them. Spirit by, I think, Luther Barnes, and somebody else got something they want me to do a video on, like a family that sang on there. I think Monica something. But anyway, I'm gonna do that tutorial on that song too. They need some help with a bass line on this song, so I'm gonna show them some bass lines they can do, and I'm gonna break down Spirit, you know, by Luther Barnes, you know, fall fresh on me, you know, Spirit fall fresh on me. Yeah, so, and our church, I ain't gonna say kill it, but we seen that song a whole lot, especially back in the day. So that's good. I already know how to play it. You know, I play it on the keyboard, but bass is easy. It ain't hard. But y'all, I thank God for y'all. Like I said, forgive me for, you know, if I'm stumbling over words, or if I'm just tired, if I look tired, you know, I just had a busy day today. But like I say, I gotta get to my YouTube family. You know, they need to learn, and I'm here. And like I said, I'm gonna do it. But till then, y'all, till next time. Like I say, the videos is coming. And like I say, I thank everybody that have done subscribe to my page. I thank God for y'all. And like I say, I'm praying for y'all too. That, you know, God will, you know, help y'all and give y'all even more wisdom and knowledge. You know, even how to, you know, with different things y'all want to learn, you know what I'm saying? And two, I'm going to say this too. I always practice. Yeah, I always practice. Sometimes you might not know what to practice, but just practice what you already know. Because certain times I practice, you know, I might be practicing bass when I first started out. And God might give me something simple. Look. All I did was go to the 6.5. So 1, 3, 5, 6, 6.5, 6, 5, 1. I just put that one little note in there. See how I broke that pattern down, but see, that's the same pattern I'm saying that you can put a whole lot of stuff with that pattern, how you play it, you know. And it's another thing I'm gonna show you too. You might not hear this before in the song. You might not hear it in the song. Oh, that is this, y'all. We in E now. We in E. You got a 5 string, you know. We in E. So 1, 3, 5, 4, 6, 1. That's all that was. 1, 3, 5, 4, 6, 1. In real time. 1, 3, 5, 4, 6, 1, 3. 1, 3, 5, 4, 6, 1. 1, 3, 5, 4, 6, 1. 1, 3, 5, 4, 4, 6, 1. So that I just that 5 to that 4, but the 4 you just go from 4, 6, 1. See that? It's like a pattern. That 1, 3. See how that? So I just went to the next string up below that, which is a G. See that pattern? 1, 3. That's a 1. But it's the shape too. You know, it's like the shape of it. So I'm going from here and I'm going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going up 5 frets. Then right there. Yeah. So that's all it is. Some songs, you know, got that in there. 4, 4, 5, 5, 1, 3, 5, 4, 6, 1, 1, 3, 5, 4, 4, 5, 5, 1. See how I put it in there with that? Now that's another thing too. So all I did was 1, 3, 5, 4, 4, 6, 1, 1, 3, 5, 6 and a half, 6, 5. So 6 and a half, 6, 5. Then go to the 1. That's all I did. But see, all them things that you can, do. And two, I'm gonna say this. When I first started playing, y'all, I thought it had to be like a Pacific bass line. Cause look, I'm gonna say this to y'all. Everybody's style gonna be different. I'm not gonna play like every bass player. I mean, these just, most the common bass lines that can be used. But like I said, y'all, music is a language, and you might not talk like me. Everybody got their own way they talk. So some might want to do that wrong, and some might want to just. Some might want to play like that. You see what I'm saying? But ain't nothing wrong with it. So this is what I'm saying. I don't think there's no right or wrong way to play a bass line if you hitting them numbers where it's supposed to be hit at. You see what I'm saying? If you're gonna do this bass line on the 1 going to the 4, you can do this. Or if you wanna do this. Ain't nothing wrong with none of them. So can't everybody be like, no, that ain't the right bass line. Or no. I mean, why is that the right bass line? Because you on that 1. You see what I'm saying? So you see what I'm saying? So, so somebody tell y'all playing the wrong bass line or don't play that right there. I mean, why not? Because I mean, like I said, everybody got their own language. You know what I'm saying? You might, you might want to do that when somebody else might do this. See what I'm saying? But it's getting to that 4. But however way you want to get there. So I'm just want to let y'all know as beginners, don't let nobody discourage you saying ain't the right bass line or don't you don't put that right there. I mean, why not? I mean, like you said, everybody, But y'all, that was my friend when I first started playing. I play something. I said, man, is that the right? I'm looking at other musicians, their faces. I'm like, okay, so I'm playing that right. That they ain't saying nothing, but I'm just saying, for me, like, okay, is that the right bass line for that? Or yeah, it's the right bass line. I mean, like you say, everybody got their own way of playing. You know what I'm saying? I love slapping a whole lot. I like chording. Somebody just like that low bass, just that deep bass. That's all they like. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, hey, that's your language, mine. And not all the time. I don't do that all the time. It's certain songs. Most of the time, I'd be like taking up the offering or something. But some songs like "Blessing the City," I might slap on that song. I might slap on that song, while others might just do this. And I'm gonna say what I just did right there, and I know I'm gonna have to go. But all I did was 4, 3, 2, 6, 5. But I did a hammer on. See, I hit that 5, then I did a hammer on. I know I'm gonna teach them some, in the future on hammer-ons. But see, I just kept my finger right there, and I hit the string. And then at my little pinky, I just hit it and let it up because that one's gonna stay there. So Now, if you want to hit this twice, you can like But see, I hit it one time and hammer on, and let off of it. So. And sometimes I might hit it twice. See, that's what I'm saying. It don't matter if you want to, as long as you do this. As you do that, see, it feels good hitting it twice. Or hammer on, hit it one time, down, hit the string, plug it. See, hammer on, let off of it. Or you do it like that. If you want to hit it twice down there, do it 3 times. Because you're hitting it, then hitting it again, and then hitting it again. So that'd be 3 times. But if you want to just hit it one time, see that's another secret, not secret, but another tip. When you solo, them hammer-ons, I just hit the string one time, but see all them notes I got up there. 1, 2, 3. I got 3 notes out of hitting it one time. See what I'm saying? Instead of hitting it 3 times like this. 1, 2, 3. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just saying. Like speed wise, you know what I'm saying? That's another little tip, another lesson. but it's letting y'all know you can do like, you know. So that's like a little feeling, you know what I'm saying? So but you this hold, see how that hold is. You hold for, you know, then then 3. So while that hold, you can do this. See, 5 6 5. That's all it was. 5 6 5. That's all it was. But it's the timing up. See the timing. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? So it's. See, another little tip, y'all. I got some tips for you. And like I said, that's the number system too. You just gonna all you hitting is that 6 and 5. While you waiting, you know, cause you know we gotta wait to waiting. See that little wait in there? Be waiting. So my man, that's why he's slapping like that, cause it's like, you know, that time is being filled where it's like ghost notes, like he, you know, it ain't really about hitting no string. It's like you got your hands over the strings and they're muted. See, ain't no sound coming out. So when they slap it, you get it? I'm just holding the strings. I ain't pressing down. I just got my hand on them. So they're you know they're being muted. That's you know, probably another little lesson. But I'm just saying somebody might have heard it for some reason. You know, especially if y'all want to slap. I don't know with some, but anyway. See, I just got my hand over there and this. So when you you know, playing it, of course, press down on the note. 4 3 2. I'm just pluck. You know, that's that thumb. But see, you gotta pluck. You know what I'm saying? But them ghost notes. See what I'm saying? See how I put that in there? 4 3 2 5 6 5. Yeah, I mean, I love the bass, I do, cause it's all kind of stuff we learn and, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, numbers. Like I said, we all got different languages. If I was to play the song, that's how I would play it, and I might do that. But like I said, I love slapping. And I probably would slap this whole song like that, you know. Somebody else might do this. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I like it. You know, that foundation. That's the foundation. Go to the octave. Ooh, you hear that sound? Y'all, I had to throw that chord in there. see all the stuff. See, y'all, we gonna get there. We gonna get there. Y'all gonna get there. Like I said, it's knowing where you're going in the song. You know what I'm saying? Knowing them numbers. So y'all, this is a video for the numbers. I know time going by pretty good, but you know, they got some more, you know, wisdom on it. You know, so you know, play that out. You know, play right there, and then like I said, go to the octave and play the same thing you played up there down here, which is a 4 3 2. 4 3 2 3 6. It's just in a higher register. You know, it sounds good too. Like see, I might do so. Y'all, because I've been playing for so long, this is letting y'all know that's the reason why. Because I know, you know, where I'm going and I know that sound I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, this is a beginner's video. But I'm gonna let y'all know what y'all can do or what y'all going to be doing in the future. So I love the numbers, and so hopefully this video was helpful, you know. But yeah, like I say, make them octaves, y'all. Like I say, it's just the same thing in the octave. You know, if you up here for the octave, 2 strings down, 2 up. So, and just play that down there, the same thing. 4, you know, okay, octave, the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So, that's the 1. Like I say, the 1, the 4 is up under the 1. 4, 4, 3, 2. And then if you want to go to the deep part, You know what I'm saying? That sounded good. And all I did, I just walked. I started from the 5 and walked my way down to the 4. See it? I did it kind of fast. So 4, 3, 2. So 5. You know that's all I did right there to get back to that 4, and then 3, 2. Alright, y'all. Think y'all got to go, y'all. But I tell you, about it's like I get happy when I do teach, man. It feel good and everything. So I'm tired, but like I'm like, oh, you know. But like I said, God is a good God. 1, 4, 5, 1. That we was in C sharp, so that Bob 1. 4, 5, 1. And like I said on that song, you know, different bass lines you can do with that. But them are the root notes. What you know. But like I said, they just doing other stuff just to get to them root notes. That's all really what it is. You know, like that hold. See, if you hold them like that, you can run it. See, that's all it is. It's just doing stuff to get to the next number where you got to go to, you know, and to knowing what to do. But y'all, I'm about to wrap this up. So hopefully everything was good. I hope y'all see my good time the whole video. And